Let me first of all wish you all very good evening. Our most honorable Professor Rattan, the former minister, and one of the wonderful human beings, Professor Rajendra ji, Vice Chancellor of Rajya Vishwavidyalaya, Shriman V.K. Singh ji, former Commissioner, my colleagues, Professor R.K. Singh, our Chief Doctor, Professor Ram Sevak Dubey ji, Professor R.K. Singh again, Rajinder Singh, Professor Shashikant Rai, and many other friends who are here from the university, invited guests, and the family of, the celebrated family of Ayushi Singh, her parents and grandparents from both sides, that she has invited. I am extremely delighted to notice this rare flash of brilliance, because at a time when the families are breaking up and children get isolated, because of the kind of corporate work culture that has dawned on all of us and our children. It's very difficult to sustain with value system. It's the value system of the family that has sustained her, I tell you, and given her this great inspiration to write this book, Child of Two Lovers. I will stop here, Child of Two Lovers. There's a very, very interesting title, A Story and Beyond. When she says story and beyond, I have just glanced through, in fact, this book. And I found that there are hundreds of things. It's a wonderful work that she has done. This schizophrenia, dementia, depression, there are varied reasons why it happens to people, in fact. At least about depression and dementia, I can tell you, when Kashmiris were forced to migrate from their homes in 1990, we have had the largest number of depression patients in the world. 3,87,000 people migrated. Out of them, nearly 3 lakh people became overnight depression patients. It was not that they lost property, home and other things. No. They lost a usual lifestyle and connect with the people. Every day, even you go to office, perfectly do your work and come back home. If you're asked to stay 10 days at a stretch at your home without any work, without any perspective, what's going to happen to you? You will land in depression. See, this book has not to be taken, so lightly. It has to be taken very seriously, I would say. Because it reflects what happened to the world society, more so to Indian society, because we came into the orbit of development much more later. 20th century last quarter and 21st century first quarter. Can anybody tell me what's the change that has taken place in India? Leaving technology aside, what's the change that they have noticed in their families, the elderly, please? It's the privatization of time. Privatization of time and space, which had never taken place anywhere. It has taken place in 21st century. Let me tell you how. Those of us who have crossed 50 here and a little more, if you go back to your childhood, what was the time that you spent with grandparents, with grannies, with, Masera, Fufera, and so on, all of them. In fact, when they would visit you, I am sure some of you would really spend time in the same room, dine in the same kitchen, the same dining space, even sometimes sharing the plates also. But 21st century, the time when space has been privatized, your child does not want to spend time with people of your age, even if they are very close relations. He just does not, he has no time, and he has been conditioned by technology and circumstances. Now this is happening more and more because with various varieties of cell phones and gadgets, they have no time. You see your friends, your son's friend can visit and he will be sitting with your son. But if your aunt, your grand-aunt, your other relations visit, he has no time for them. Because he has privatized his time. He has also privatized his space, even if you don't have many rooms in the house, but he has carved it down for himself. These are some of the reasons, in fact, which Indian society should think very seriously. And for these kinds of things, if you really want to understand them, there are clues in this book, sufficient clues. You see, when we talk of science, there are certain things which cannot be explained by reason or action. They just cannot. There is something which is different, which is natural. It is good, as sufficiently said here, about the dreams, for example, at page 74 or so, yes, she says that the dreams have the potential. You can always, remember these words. There's a very, very great historian called John von Sina. He's not historian. I treat him as a historian because as a historian I treat him. He was going for 40 years in Mediterranean to study dreams. Then he wrote a book, Oral History as a Science. And he discovered that dreams and hallucinations are part of our human life. She has given us clues for schizophrenia, dementia, depression and other things, but there are 101 diseases which we are not aware and which are not physical, which are mental. I tell you a very interesting case. Last year I went to US, and with a friend of mine I went to one of the hospitals. He's a doctor. He said, you can wait in this space, I'll come. Then he was smiling and laughing. He said, come, I'll show you a patient. I found a patient who was far healthier than anybody, even healthier than the doctor also. Then I asked him, what is the disease that this fellow is suffering? He says he has basically the problem of shopping mania, which is going to take place in India also. And India also got very many patients. Shopping mania in the sense you have 10 suits, you have 20 shoes, you have everything in house. But you just enter a mall and start again purchasing. He said, if we put this fellow into an isolation now, he'll go into depression. But we have to treat him differently, not making places here, making use that life is different, so that he is convinced that he should not spend money for these things. This girl also talks about the role of parents, in fact. You must have heard the stories if you go through newspapers in the West, Eastern Europe, many other places. You'll find that there are mothers who are putting their children into washing machine and cleaning them, their own children. In America, where do Indians beat their children? So that police does not come and arrest the parents. They beat them in their bathrooms. If you go to Caribbean and see the role of Indians, how do they treat elders there, and how do they coerce them? The daughter-in-law coerces father-in-law into a bathroom and puts hot water on his head. I can show you a film, which I have virtually filmed, but the whole documentary is available with me. The basic problem is that we have somewhere lost track of humanity with the development of modern world. We are becoming too much possessive of materialism, and that's not the position to solve our problems at all. Therefore, it becomes very essential for every parent, I would say. There are 101 clues for future parents, future generations, to take this book very seriously and elaborate this book. Karl Marx says, where we start worshipping, where understanding ends. You know? But this book is opposite of that. Because it clearly illustrates that your understanding will never end. You see, you understand things, your perceptions differ, but your understanding does not end. Your perceptions differ. We are here, 200 people or 100 people. If we all shut eyes and touch something else, we will have hundreds of perceptions about things. Reality may be different. So therefore, understanding never ends, perceptions do differ. I congratulate her parents for such a wonderful child, because she has combined the scientific temper with the literary temper. My child was once saying that I want to go and do now MBA. I said, before that, please go and study some literature, because in MBA they will teach you how to cheat. But if you study a little bit of literature, that will make you human. I once again congratulate your parents and congratulate this lady here. She is absolutely one of the fantastic human beings. Please continue. And I pray that you may get a Nobel laureate in your career if you continue. You will get many awards if you continue. And this is very essential for the Indian community, for people here and the parents around. You know, they should study this book very seriously, very carefully, and elaborate and discuss within the family the genre of this book. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.